Hello and welcome to today's episode on part 2 of the role of strategy in human resource management. My name is Rayan Zohur and the subject expert is Dr. Arshia Hussain, PhD in Human Resource Management and teaching in the Department of Commerce and Business Studies, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. Let's start with HRM and Porter's business unit strategies. According to Michael Porter, there are three kinds of business unit strategies that assist an organization in competing with other organizations in the industry and performing better than them. These are 1. Cost leadership strategy, 2. Differentiation strategy and 3. Focus strategy. Each of these strategies align well with a specific set of human resource strategies. We will discuss these three strategies in detail. Cost leadership strategy. This is a strategy that organizations use to achieve competitive advantage by decreasing their costs. If the selling price of their products is close to that of other similar products in the market, they make large profits in the short run. If the selling price is considerably lower than similar products of their competitors, some of them will not be able to cope with the pricing and will have to close down. Organizations that run on the low cost model lay a lot of stress on structuring the jobs and responsibilities of employees. Products are designed in a way that manufacturing on a large scale is easy and cost effective. HR policies that are aligned with the low cost strategies stress on a production system that is low cost and efficient. Procedures are highly structured. Creativity and innovation is discouraged. This might at times lead to experimentations and miscalculations that prove very expensive. An effective HR strategy would include detailed instructions for the job of each employee, trainings, recruiting employees who have the required skills, and weeding out low performance employees using performance evaluation as a control tool. Differentiation strategy. Organizations that use this strategy differentiate their products and services based on their characteristics. Their products have unique features and competitors find it difficult to replicate these features. This gives them a leadership position in the market. HR policies that are aligned with the differentiation strategy stress on creativity and innovation. They provide flexibility, they attract fresh talent from other organizations, they provide opportunities to individuals who are unorthodox and non-conformists, and reinforce a creative environment. The HR strategies include external recruitment, a wide range of job categories. Planning is not very detailed and the performance appraisal is used more for developing individuals and not so much as a control tool. Focus strategy. Organizations that use this strategy take a low cost position and follow differentiation as well. Their objective is to target a small market segment but do it better than other organizations. They try to meet the needs of their specific customer group better or try to lower their costs or sometimes do both. Organizations that follow the focus strategy earn higher profits even in situations where they have a high cost position. They are able to do this because they cater to a niche market and differentiate themselves by providing unique features. HR policies that are aligned with the focus strategy are somewhere between the policies adopted by organizations that follow cost leadership and those who follow differentiation strategy. An example of this is when the employees of an organization work closely with their customers in order to identify their needs and expectations so that they can understand how their organization can reduce the operating costs per customer. HR strategies in this case will work towards improving the efficiency of their employees so that they can keep the costs low. Emerging challenges of a human resource manager. We live in a world that is changing rapidly. Things that were considered impossible till a few years back have started looking possible, and things that do not look possible today might be possible in the near future. The world seems to be getting smaller and smaller, and the idea of a global village is arising. In this changing environment, organizations need to transform themselves and use new methods and techniques to analyze and cope with the challenges that their managers are facing or are likely to face. Some of the challenges that organizations face in this changing environment are: rapid technological changes are making the skills of the employees working on yesterday's technology obsolete. Changes in policies, both economic and industrial, are leading to the global growth of multinational corporations who give a tough competition to local organizations in almost all countries. The international environment has been changing, and now there is a strong stress on increased trade of goods and services throughout the world. The profile of the workers has been changing. We see higher education levels among employees, we see more women being employed, and there has been more effort towards fulfilling the psychological needs of employees. The needs and expectations of the customers have been changing as well, making existing processes outdated and creating a demand for new products. The jobs of human resource professionals will be significantly affected by these trends, and they will have an added responsibility of managing this change. They will have to use the tools and techniques of HRM wisely in order to handle the environmental changes effectively. They will have to learn from experience and document and share these learnings with their impact on the organization with others. Strategic role of human resource management. There are certain areas where a strategic role can be played by the human resource manager of an organization. Providing purposeful direction. One of the most important jobs of a human resource manager is to make sure that an organization's mission is internalized by each and every employee of the organization. The mission states the purpose of that organization and the reason for its existence. Therefore, it is of extreme importance that the organization mission becomes the mission of every employee, and the objective of every employee are aligned with it. The human resource manager plays a pivotal role in ensuring that the actions of every employee are towards fulfilling their defined objectives and that they never lose sight of the organization's mission. Building core competency. The human resource manager plays a significant role in developing the core competency of an organization. Core competency can be described as a strength of an organization which is unique and is not shared by any of its competitors. It gives the organization a competitive advantage. This could be the technological or marketing capability of an organization, or it could be in the form of its human resources. Organizations that are structured around their core competency are able to leverage their limited resources effectively. Only a management that has faith in its human resources can build core competency. Creating competitive advantage. In today's world, where the marketplace has become global, it is critical for organizations to achieve and maintain a competitive advantage. Organizations do this in two ways. One way is to create cost leadership, which means that the organization's goal is to become a low cost leader in the industry. The second way to achieve competitive advantage is to follow a differentiation strategy, which means that the goal of the organization is to be unique in the industry based on parameters that are important to customers and valued by them. Following any of these strategies requires a workforce that is highly committed and competent. Facilitating change, human resource managers need to be agents of change. They can do this through environmental scanning and developing employees. Human resource managers are responsible for growing their organization and taking it to the next level. In the present environment, they need to focus on managing change so that the organization does not become outdated. Managing diversity of employees. The workforce in a modern organization is quite diverse, and managing this diversity can be a big challenge for an organization. This diversity can be seen in several aspects, including the gender of the employees, differences in their age and their education, their skill levels, etc. Differences in their religion they follow, their nationalities and their cultural practices are observed as well. The employees are more educated now and have started asking for a higher degree of participation. They seek new ways of self-fulfillment, and money is not the only motivating factor any longer. Human resources have now become assets for an organization. There are two important trends that need special attention. Increasing aspirations of employees. There have been significant changes in the employees over the years. They are becoming more aware of their needs, which have evolved along with the changing world, and this trend is expected to increase. Managers are expected to be resourceful and develop methods of satisfying these needs and keep the employees motivated. Increasing mobility of employees. There has been a huge increase in mobility of managers and other professional employees between organizations. When employees of an organization develop their technical skills and professional expertise, other organizations within that industry start seeking them and offer them better opportunities, both in terms of role and remuneration. Developing work ethics and culture. Human resource managers have to introduce and inspire a work culture and work ethics that helps set up good quality standards. Emphasis on teamwork and being a part of projects. Synergy in group dynamics. Considering that employees generally have a temporary commitment to groups, there is an increasing focus on employees as individuals and a requirement for more challenge at the workplace. Flexible timings and opportunities to be able to work from home and from different locations are gaining ground. A work culture that is vibrant and an atmosphere where employees can trust each other needs to be developed in organizations in order to encourage creativity among the employees. Empowerment of human resources. Empowering an employee means giving him or her the opportunity and providing the right conditions to enable them to take control of their destiny and realize their potential to the fullest. It includes giving powers to those who currently exercise very little or no power to influence the decisions that affect them directly or indirectly. Human lives as well as their behavior are largely influenced by power. Power lives in various forces, beliefs and values that determine human behavior. Empowering is redefining the alignment of these forces, beliefs and value in order to support the individual and remove limitations around his or her thoughts and actions. The goals of empowerment are: people should understand themselves and feel good about themselves. People should be empathetic towards each other and treat each other with respect. People should agree to the rules and structures that are created to govern them by their own free will, and people should have adequate resources to enable them to contribute and add value to the roles they have chosen. Resources include knowledge, tools, training, support, authority, money, etc. Total quality management, TQM. TQM is a process that involves all levels of an organization and encourages enhancing the efficiency and effectiveness in every part of its business. This process is dynamic and constant. Today, quality is not limited to only the shop floor, but is observed all across the organization and includes every activity in an organization, while keeping the customer at the center, around whom all the processes and decisions revolve. The objective of TQM is to engage the entire workforce towards achieving specific goals of the organization while keeping customer satisfaction as its primary goal in terms of price, quality, delivery of goods and after sales services. Human resource management strategies. Human resource management is expected to get more complicated in the future. According to Herbert Hicks and Ray Gullett, the next generation of employees will be very different from the employees of today. Motivating them will be more difficult and challenging. This could be because of the changes in the value system along with a higher level of education. Skepticism will be higher and conforming to authority will not be very common. Employees will not accept rules and regulations without questioning them. The strategies that will be effective towards managing human resources are empowerment. Empowerment leads to extensive changes in an organization. It enables the development of mature human resources along with effective communication and a willingness to accept change. It promotes a feeling of trust among the employees. Since the 1980s, there has been a trend towards the flattening of organizational hierarchies, leading to a reduction in the number of mid-level managers. Along with this, decentralization and an increase in decision making for the lower level employees has been observed. Companies that encourage empowerment display certain characteristics. Employees are valued throughout the organization and are encouraged to contribute. Individuals are aware of their own goals as well as the goals of the organization and understand how their goals are aligned to the goals of the organization. There is a positive culture of cooperation and a sense of purpose. There is a willingness to take ownership by the employees of their own success, the success of their team and the entire organization. Total quality management (TQM) requires an ongoing process of improvement in quality with the help of human resources. ISO 9000 series are a set of standards launched by the International Standards Organization in order to help organizations adopt TQM and improve their quality. There are three things that are necessary for obtaining total quality: meeting the requirements of customers, a management process that ensures ongoing improvement, cooperation and collaboration of all employees. TQM demands a culture for quality that is at an organizational level. Employees are trained and motivated to increase their awareness towards quality. Every employee is expected to incorporate quality as his responsibility. Quality circles. The idea of quality circles has been derived from quality control. The concept of quality circles is very popular in Japan and several organizations in other parts of the world have tried to implement it. Quality circles follow an approach that is oriented towards the future. According to Joel Ross and William Ross, a quality circle is a group of small number of employees who are engaged in similar or related work. They meet regularly with the objective of identifying, analyzing and solving problems that are related to the quality of products and also to improve effectiveness and efficiency of business operations. A quality circle consists of around 10 employees and is led by a supervisor. It is relatively autonomous in its functioning. The members generally have shared responsibilities and meet every week. They work towards improving methods of production, reducing defects and rework, and minimizing downtime. Besides this, the circle focuses on developing employees and improving their working conditions. Business Process Reengineering (BPR). This has gained importance in modern business because of increasing global competition and a dynamic business environment. The concept of business process reengineering involves redesigning processes that create value for the customers and discard processes that have become redundant or obsolete. Michael Hammer and James Champy are pioneers of reengineering. In their book Reengineering the Corporation, they define reengineering as the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business processes to achieve dramatic improvement in critical contemporary measures of performance such as cost, quality, service and speed. Role of human resource manager in BPR. An HR manager plays an important role in executing re-engineering of an organization in several ways. Commitment towards re-engineering. A successful execution of re-engineering must include the commitment of all employees involved. If employees do not show enthusiasm towards a re-engineering process, even if it is a very sound organizational change, the entire effort will be undermined. Thus, it is absolutely essential that the employees understand those changes and what they mean for the growth of the organization. An HR manager plays an important role in ensuring the commitment of all employees by using certain HR practices. Value-based hiring enables an effective communication channel and creating a feeling of community are some such practices. Team building. BPR generally creates teams that are processes oriented. An example of this could be a team where all the employees work together to process claims. An HR manager plays a pivotal role to make such teams more effective. Developing multi-skilled employees. Jobs and roles of employees generally become multi-dimensional after re-engineering. Every employee is given a job where he or she is given more responsibility and team members share joint responsibility for the process as a whole. This requires a larger range of skills. An HR manager needs to hire employees with such skill sets and needs to provide adequate training to them in order to implement BPR successfully. Shifting focus from activities to results. Work created by re-engineering is measured with regards to the result it achieves. Due to this, the HR manager needs to re-evaluate the entire compensation system of the organization. Performance and results become the primary factors based on which compensation is determined. Summary. According to Michael Porter, there are three kinds of business unit strategies that assist an organization in competing with other organizations. These are 1. Cost leadership strategy, 2. Differentiation strategy, and 3. Focus strategy. Each of these strategies align well with a specific set of human resource strategies. We live in a world that is changing rapidly. In this changing environment, organizations need to transform themselves and use new methods and techniques to analyze and cope with their challenges that their managers are facing. The jobs of human resource professionals will be significantly affected by these trends and they will have an added responsibility of managing this change. They will have to use the tools and techniques of HRM wisely in order to handle the environmental challenges effectively. There are certain areas where a strategic role can be played by the human resource manager of an organization. They are providing purposeful direction, building core competency, creating competitive advantage, facilitating change, managing diversity of employees, developing work ethics and culture, empowerment of human resources, total quality management. This is all we have for today. Hope the session was informative. We will meet again in the next episode with a new topic. Till